Hi everyone, welcome back. So team, today is going to be the last live session. I know there are a lot of topics, but we need to cover them. So let's talk about how we're going to do that, team. And we can get back to a project after a week by the time you can complete, by when you will complete the task. Now, in a very recent training called for Java itself team, where is this? One second, everyone. There's so many Java trainings that we have done. I'm looking at July, no, March. Oh, there you go. Core Java March. In this team, we have created over 17 sessions going through all parts of Java again in a very similar fashion. And we got to experience all of it. So we've not missed anything. I went topic by topic as well. Like break and continue, I still did not get a chance to cover. Erase, I did not get a chance to cover. Of course, we went through oops and classes and objects. We spoke not yet about encapsulation or private get set methods. We did method overloading, we did inheritance, we did method overriding. Polymorphism is basically it's taking different forms. And then we went into abstraction, enum. So by day 13 or 14, we were all completely done, team. We spoke about abstraction, enums, Arraylist, hash maps, and then Java file handling, read and write Excel using Apache POI. And then I said last session on these. Now, so this is one that you're going to look at. The second is on our homepage go.itlearn.com. If you go to free code Java training, this is where those 17 lectures are, team. Okay. So it's actually a Java YouTube playlist as well. You can play it directly from here. And that would be the videos. So now I would want you to go through those videos, practice on them, and let's meet in a week's time where you can show me how it is. By then we're starting some other trainings as well. Meanwhile, I'm going to do a couple of things, team. I'm going to show you the code that we did. See all this about, okay. So like training, this one, Java for Kids September, the current one that we were doing. So we have so many projects and we're working on expanding each of them, really going into details. In this March 2020, I actually wrote it only in one project, and I think this is Proj 1, and everything is in the source folder. I can also import this into Eclipse and view them. All I do is, this is where it is, right? And I'm going to go to File, import an existing project that is there. So I'll say General, existing projects into Workspace, and say Next. So this is the old code that I did in the previous batch that I'm trying to get. So I'm going to browse to that root directory, team. This is our current root directory where you'll see a .metadata folder, and that is the current one. Now we're trying to import one more in here. So I'll go to training and I have Java March 2020. I'm going to my code. So in my code, I have see .metadata project 1, project 2. Let's import this. And there are two projects that I'm getting, project 1, project 2 to delete. So I think we were just playing around with it. And I'm going to say finish. Now let's look at this. Okay, so this could be an interesting one, teams. Look at the number of programs that I wrote, everyone, in 15, 16 days. Everything we wrote a phone. Sorry, I'm saying a phone. I saw a smartphone here and I said that. Everything we've kind of expanded. So starting with basic programs to, let's talk about few of the things that we didn't cover, at least to give you an idea. So for example, break and continue for a for loop. So break means when a condition is true, we want to break out of the for loop. Okay. Now what that means is, look at this for loop, everyone. For int I equals 0, I is less than 10, I plus plus. If I equals to 2, break, else print the value of I. And what that does means, it'll print everything. Actually, this should be break, correct. It'll be outside on anyways. Um, so from break, what it'll do is it'll go to the next iteration. It'll not go to the next line anymore. It's going to break out of the for loop. Actually, it's going to break out of the for loop, team. It's only going to print I equals to 1 and 0 and 1. That's it. And here in continue, what happens is it'll skip that specific one. Okay, so that's break and continue. No, it's not instead of else, team. Let's get the concept again. Okay, so there's a for loop. I want to say that under a specific condition, stop that for, get out of the for loop, get out of it. Then you use a break. When I say continue, it will keep on doing the for loop, but only for that condition. One time it will skip it. It will not do that. And it will go to the next one. So let's try and run this. J20 break and continue. Okay, so I is 0, I is 1, and there's no 2 because once I equals 2, it breaks out of the for loop. Then it came to the continue. It starts with J equals to 0. So it will say 0, 1, but see there's no 2 in J. Do you notice here? It is going straight to 3 because we said continue at that time. That is a break and a continue in a for loop. Similarly, we can use it even in a while. Come out of the while loop. Actually, this will be, there's no difference, and just skip that. That's what we're doing. Okay, but I don't think we put a while loop for it. You can put a while loop also for it. There were bank assignments, and each of this is basically using lot of these classes, teams. So when you get access, I'm going to send you all this code, everyone. Okay, start from the first program, keep going, variables, all of these nicely, keep covering, just see how it's working on. And then any classes that are required, you can see here. Now see, for example, I go to, where am I? Bank assignment 4.java. So what is it? I have a main method, a few names. I have a scanner class, print. Okay, while number of attempts, see how we now continue to read the code, team. Our ability to read the code has to improve by now. Even if it's an existing code, I should read it and be able to know what to do. If attempts is greater than 0, while attempts are greater than 0, attempts left, blah, 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 minus, minus. I think I was showing an incorrect one. Must have changed it at the end. If v attempts, yeah, that is correct, actually greater than 0. And we are reducing that attempts by -1 here. Okay. So, and we're saying enter username, password, and so on. And all this is done. So this is the regular one. Now let's see blank assignment 5. Now in this, what we're doing is we've created a string of an array of string, team. Array is an important concept. Primarily, again, I'm trying to give you summary of everything, team. Nothing in detail. Please watch the videos. So when I talk about one variable, let us say X, and I put a value of 100 in it. Okay, that's fine. Now array means there are a series of variables starting with a name to it called Y and then a position. First one is maybe value 10. Oops. 10. The second one, so the counting starts from 0, is value 11. Second, third one is 12, and so on. So what does that mean? Think of how the memory allocation is going on. When a user wants to come and access this data, all that he or she has to do in a variable is have to go here. Now, for each, sometimes there'll be group of variables. Like, think of it. If I'm living in an independent home, just listen to what I'm saying, team. Then what happens? Each of you will have a specific number to the street number and so on. Now, when you come to a motel, what will happen? It'll start with 100, 101, 102, 103 for the first floor, and then it goes up to 200, 201, and or even an apartment block. So when you get a mail or anything, we know where to reach. So this is nothing but when I want the data, I just call Y and say in square brackets which position. First, that is 0, or I can say 1 and so on, whatever I want to do in it. Okay, so array is for faster and easier storage. Let me answer your question. Break and continue. What's the question once again? Let me see. And I'm giving quick answers, team. You definitely need to go through that entire sessions, please, once. It will help you at length. If I equals 2 is true, then it breaks. Then if I equals 2 is false, then it prints. Right, sir? Absolutely correct. So that's the one in the previous one. Let me explain. Go back there. Where is it? Break and continue for. So here it will come out of the for loop. See, like I wrote here in the comment. Here only for this condition it will skip and it will go back to the for loop for the next condition. So when we printed, it kind of did it all. Now, where did I have this errors coming from? Problems? Oops, RoboFarm. Okay, the other projects. We're okay with it. So that's break and continue bank assignments. So we were doing, I think here we created just a method and we were doing something in it. Let's see. Here is arrays team. So arrays is a very simple concept. Say string, square brackets, and a variable. Or int square brackets, and a variable of the name. And then keep putting values in a curl brackets. If it's a string, then separated by double quotes. If it's an integer, then 1, 2, 3, 4. To get the value, just say you that position 0, 1, and so on. If you want to know the length of it, you say I. Then you can print everything in that by saying go till the whole length and print it and so on. Each and every element in the array. Okay. Now, what is this my box? Okay, I think we're trying to create a class. A class called my box. I think we have put the properties and methods also within the main one. Here I'm saying, no, see J25 underscore my box. That is the name of our class. In here, I have three properties: width, height, and length. Then I have name and status. So get area is a method which will take the area as this dot. This means for that specific objective, nothing else. It is not necessary that we use it, but in certain aspects, this gets important. And we're basically multiplying all of this to get the area. Now in the main method, say what I do, I create a B1 based on this class, which is the same as this, and I'll have attributes. So if I say B1 dot, I can see all the attributes. I can see all the methods that I can do. There are inbuilt methods, team, like wait, notify, blah, blah, blah. We have our own methods like get area that we created. Okay. And then box one is the name open. box 2 close, b1 dot status, b2 dot status. Then we change the status, get area. I think it's a nice program. Very simple team, all of these. But uh, the idea is if you're able to catch up quickly, then we can move faster with all this. So that's the whole thing. I'll give you the code. I want you to go through everything. See, we're not even halfway there. We have another up to 54, just this. Let me quickly show you what all we have. So I have palindrome, math operators. Palindrome, we did it earlier also, but I don't think anything much was here. Access modifiers. So we spoke about a few things called static, where I don't need to create an object to start using it. So some of those there. Constructors, we spoke about this with arguments. So I can pass arguments and create constructors. Method overloading, we did already. Inheritance, we did already. But each time I would have taken a very different example, different code I would have written team. So please look into that also. Then there is polymorphism, how I can take, see from cars, where is cars? Let's see, cars.java here. Okay, cars is the main class. Sports car, basically sports is extending car. Electric is extending car. Here drive, just drive. Sports car, faster drive. Electric, efficient drive. Electric sports, fast and efficient drive. So each one is extending the main one and overriding that method called drive, saying I will use my own custom drive method. I'm a child object. So here, when we see this, J26 is it? Where were we? No, we came down further. Polymorphism. So if I say C1.drive and S1.drive and E1.drive, each of them have their own outputs because they're taken from the same parent, but they've customized what they want. They've overridden it. And a normal car is just driving, sports car is fast driving, efficient drive is for electric cars. So you can also say, what was the other one in cars that we saw? Electric sports. So you can quickly go. So this is what you should play around a lot, team. I love to do a lot of coding, but you need to kind of start practicing with me as well. Okay, so here I'm kind of getting lost. Where am I? Sorry, polymorphism. So here, electric sports ES equals to new. I don't know if that's the correct name. We'll know now. Electric sports. Yeah, took it. And I say ES dot drive. Each one has overridden its own, and we basically know that what will come out now. Just drive faster, drive efficient, drive, and so on. I have a hand raised, team. Give me a second. Let me see. Attendees, hands. Dipti. Dipti, I unmuted you.
Hello, hello, sir. So you were going through
Hello.
polymorphism. Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Yes, please.
Okay. You were going through polymorphism. So,
I can't hear you
could you
now.
please?
I
Hello,
cannot hear you now.
hello, can you?
No.
Hello.
Yes, please. Go ahead. Little
Yes.
slowly.
Oh yeah. So actually, you were going through polymorphism. So I just had I
Mm-hmm.
just wanted to ask you about the runtime polymorphism concept.
Sorry.
Runtime polymorphism concept.
Runtime polymorphism. Okay.
Yeah.
If you know a little bit about it, then I can get to it. Can you first finish the basics of it? Then I can show some of it later, please. Because we've not even covered any basics. So I'm not seeing anything from the team. Even to understand polymorphism, the basic, please watch the video. I think I may have covered runtime also in it. because we're talking about at that specific moment, how do we change the shape of it? How do we want to implement something else? Primarily, if now what happens, number one thing, team, is you see J41 underscore polymorphism dot Java, correct, everyone?
Yes.
So if I go to command prompt and find this program, where is it? Number one, show in System Explorer. It's already executed. Okay, is it showing the same code here also? Okay, it's still going to that. That's fine. So now here is my code. Okay, so if I have to run this code, I will copy this and say Java C. Sorry, first let me. And I say Java compile, change the directory to this first, and Java C. What is this now? J41 underscore polymorphism dot Java. Okay, and then we do Java J41 underscore polymorphism. Now all I'm doing for now is executing this team. Okay, if I previously had not executed this, I had to individually have to compile this cars class. Whatever I created for the cars dot class will get created. See here, electric dot class, electric sports dot class, all got created because they got compiled. Now if I delete them, for example, and there'll be one more dot class. What was the other name? Sports dot class. Okay, and try and re-execute the same code. I don't know if it's deleted fully. It's still doing it. See, it's creating all of these back again. Now the same is, how do we do this during the runtime when the execution is happening itself? So watch this, Deepthi, and let me know on Skype once, please. I'll
Yes,
explain
sir.
it to you again.
Yes, sir.
Okay. The specific thing is at running. I mean, at that point, how does it change its shape? What does it change? All right.
Actually,
So let me
sir, sorry
go
to
ahead.
intervene you. Can I
Go ahead,
continue?
please. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, sir, actually, I was going through a book with respect to overriding concept. So they had
Uh-huh.
mentioned the runtime polymorphism or dynamic binding concept. So at
Some
there,
of your words are you're talking too fast. Slow
oh
down.
sorry, oh sorry.
Mm,
Yes. So actually, I was reading a book. So
okay,
in that,
very
I was going through a Java book. I was going through
nice.
a overriding concept, wherein I came across the runtime polymorphism concept, which is
Hmm.
also called as dynamic binding. So
Dynamic
in that,
method dispatch. It's not dynamic.
um,
It's not just
okay,
dynamic binding. It
okay,
is dynamic method dispatch.
dynamic method. Okay. So sir,
Go ahead, please.
therein there was a paragraph which
Hmm.
I did not understand much. That's why I have raised this question here. So in it says in this
Hmm.
concept we create
Hmm.
a type of the base class,
Hmm.
but call the constructor of the subclass
Hmm.
only to check if a base class method is overridden in the subclass or not.
Is overwritten.
Yes,
Overridden in the subclass or not?
yes,
Constructor, correct?
right.
Yeah, so that looks logical to me.
So we also provided
No,
a
okay. Again, you're
sample.
breaking up. Why are you moving something? It's cracking so much your noise. You should hear the video back, you'll know. Try again, please. Because what you're saying makes sense. I would love to hear. Just that it's too much background noise or something is coming.
No,
Quiet,
actually, it
please.
was my book.
Yes, Dipti?
Mhm. Yes, sir. And also they have provided an example as well.
Mm. A code,
Um,
something you wrote or
yes,
something
coded.
I can see.
So actually, it's currently I have written down in my book.
Okay.
Mm.
But I'm very happy of one thing. Number one, that you're reading a book. Can I know the title of that book? The Java book?
That was from mm, just a minute, that oh really
Oh, really?
Java heads Java heads
Java?
Java heads.
Heads. Okay.
Yeah, it's from oh really headstrong Java some headstrong Java. Yeah,
Headstrong?
headstrong Java. And also I also came across this topic in the basic book written by Balasundaram.
Is this the one head first?
Yeah, but the concept was something different in that.
Mm.
The, this statement I came across in a book. Just a moment, sir. I'll just get the book. It's a basic Java by E. Balasundaram. Just a moment, sir. I'll just get the book. Yes,
Sure.
just a moment.
Very nice. Very nice. That is a lot of passion.
Actually, I keep comparing the text from every different books. If I don't understand a concept from one book, then I
Oh,
try
is
to
it?
read other books. Yes, so that it makes me easier because some concept in some books is
Hmm.
quite complicated and in other books it's explained briefly.
Right. So, don't you do a Google search for a concept, maybe, and let us say we're saying, what was it you said? Google.com, and I'll search for that Java runtime binding
I
or
did, sir, but I did not get a
polymorphism.
satisfactory answer, sir. So,
You'll okay, Deepti. So the only question to me is, let me ask you this: how far have you covered these concepts so far? Have you finished till constructors very well? You're comfortable with them?
yes, sir.
Okay. Polymorphism I did not cover in the live sessions, but I did
Okay, sir.
cover in those videos. So just
Okay.
5, 6 videos you have to watch, team. See, from the list, I'm not expecting you to watch everything. There are only about 6, 7 videos towards the end. Just watch them, team.
Oh,
See, days
oh,
7, 8, repeat, oops, a little bit. It doesn't hurt us. Then 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 also. You learn about log4j and so on. So this will be interesting, team, to do. Let's see, Deepti. Okay, but I'm very glad to see that commitment. And if you're continuing to go in that journey of learning Java, keep me posted. I would be anytime I can help you on Skype. And the same
yes,
goes to
okay, sir.
anyone, team. Please use that same Skype. Say, I was expecting anyone to put questions at least if you are practicing in that technical question. So do that, everyone. All right. So next is abstraction, everyone. Abstraction is basically the way in which we create, oops, 1 second, uh, a class that is very, very generic. Where did I create which class? Tank and bank. Bank, no, sorry, bus.java. Car, C1. Why don't I see car C1? Is it in different package or what? New car, IJK, cars.java. Then this is car. Where is tank.java? Tank. Watch the video, team. You'll be able to match up with it. I'm not able to see where that file is. Project to delete. I don't think there's anything significant in this. Oh, there you go. Vehicles.java. I wrote here. See, if I go to vehicles.java, then I have an abstract class called vehicles. When I have an abstract class, you cannot create an object out of it directly. You can create a class out of it, like inherit into a child class by using extends, and then customize those methods. And if there's an abstract method, you can't directly use. So I cannot go to, where is this abstraction, and say, what is that? Vehicles v1 equals new vehicles. Okay, sorry. Cannot instantiate the type vehicles, and the reason is because it's abstract team. So abstract, think of it, it doesn't have, it just has very basic layout. So vehicles.java is giving a basic layout that okay, every vehicle will have a honk, every vehicle will have to drive, and PNO, vehicle plan not operation, not abstract. So that means that I can use it without overriding it. Okay, so see, a car got honk and drive, tank got honk drive, and PNO got overridden, and bus. So abstract class and abstract methods have to be taken into another child class, extended into, and that abstract method has to be overridden team. That is when the main things will run. So whatever I write here, it will not work. In fact, I don't think it will allow us to even put anything in here. It does actually, but it'll get overridden. So there's nothing that it'll do there for us. If there are no okay. Now that's abstraction team. Enum is a very simple concept. In a class, I can put. So where is this? Say hi. So enum class. Okay, everything is here, team. This is my main method. There's an enum class. Okay, that I wrote here just above it. All right, it's not with the same class name, but just above it. Now here, see, I have say hi, on it, off it, like that. Now look at this switch. When I say enum, put a name and put values on it. And if I say switch now and say s1 equals switch dot, it'll only let me choose one of these values, team, an off or a on. If I want to add more, is like sparked out, and that's fine. Okay, underscore, sorry. Okay, so then if I do switch dot, you'll see sparked out also. So primarily it pre-writes only few properties you can assign in it. It's not like a user can enter anything into that variable or values. They can only assign few things. So if I say s dot s equals switch dot, okay, switch dot, what's there? Sparked out, and just saying this, and s equal to switch dot off. So you can change that value stream between only those values. But if I say this, then it's a problem. Do you see this? I can't put whatever I want into it, only that specific thing. All right, so that is enums, where it's like having like a drop down list where we can select which one we want. Another example is like having, let us say, which day of the week, Monday, Tuesday, all the way to Sunday. And when I say day D, I can put it as Monday or whatever I want. And I just have to say day dot, and I'll see that those are the only values that I have alphabetically, I guess. Yeah, it is. Okay. So that is enum, everyone. Okay. Array list, the only difference between an array and array list team is array is created for a fixed width. You cannot change the size of an array. So in the earlier array that we saw here, where was it? See, I gave username as A, B, C, D, E, and passwords for each of them in the same order. And now I can't add a F to it, another one to it, and so on to this array. I have to change that array. I have to create a new array, maybe add this to it and add one more to it. So instead of that, we have a similar one, a better feature than array. If needed, you can use array list. So for array list, the main difference is you say array list, the type of it and how you want, and then use keywords like add to put values into it, and then get to get values, or set to set existing values in a certain specific position using the index, remove certain positions. So if you're in fourth position and second got removed, you'll become third position, and so on, team. So that becomes your array list. Okay. Hash maps basically gives you the ability to put different data items, team. Okay. This one I want you to kind of watch it once. There's no point just explaining it, but look at this. I'm saying Fahrenheit in a city. And for this, I want a string. So anytime I say city name and a temperature name, city name and a temperature. So these two go as a key value pair, team. Okay. So what is the key? What is the value? So if I put Vegas, I should get 80. If I put 80, I should not get Vegas, because here LA and Florida might be same temperature. So there is a key on the left side and there's a value to it. And slowly you'll notice how this becomes a little bit similar or learning wise going into JSON and so on. Screenshots. How can we take a screenshot? I think you should see this. That's good. File handling, team, very important. When you want to create a new file on your system using a Java program, or write something into it, or delete a file, or do any of these operations on it, you can do the file operations, team. Watch this, look at this code, practice on it. It's very interesting. This is a file, how we write into a file. Again, sample text files. You can write to text files, Word documents, Excel files, databases, XMLs, so many other things, team. Because Java pretty much helps us to interact. It's got inbuilt or external jars for it. Then there's a read write from Excel. Let us say you have an Excel sheet. How can you read that Excel sheet? Using inbuilt methods, Apache POI. So that's a good one to see. Exception handling. How do we do try catch? So remember I was saying try catch divide by 0 is one type. Then if I don't file the file, or unable to access a file, different type of exception. Or if index is out of bounds. So let us say this is the 0, 1, 2, 3. If I say 4, it will throw an error. So each time it throws an error, it will give me the type of the error as well in this case, because I'm saying error colon E. So here, see, Java lang arithmetic exception, file not found exception, array index out of bounds exception. Exception handling, furthermore on what we how to put it up together. And finally, also I said will get executed either way at the end. So if you want something in the try catch to get executed, you'll see. So it'll always be one try. You can have multiple catches, team. Okay, for the same try. You can catch it. It can fall into any of these catches that you put. Finally, by default, it will get executed at the end. Then I wanted to go into a task manager and really do a good project development and put all of you through this so we can build something together. That is where we really learn coding, team. It's great when we watch videos or attend these live trainings. It's even better to read book and practice. Very, very important to code and practice. There's nothing giving back. But I believe if you put into a project, your practice will have a round shape to it. So you completed the whole circle. And then you can expand within 3 months, 6 months. depending on how you go, or maybe learn other programming languages. All right. So that's about what I had, team. I'm going to share all of this code with you all, and the video links, I put it into it. So go through this, please, everyone, and slowly catch up on it because there's a lot to do. I will also put the code from both the batches so you can go through them. So now, if you're not able to pause the video, then copy the code and try. I'm planning for a good new training team, something very different the way I want to approach automation testing. I'm going to come up very soon on it. Anyone waiting on it, feel free to ping me on Skype on chat, please, and we can interact on it. Any questions, anyone? Anything around overall? Let it be not technical right now. You can show me progress. You can show me technical questions that you have at your end if you're facing any. Apart from that, any career or anything that you have, let me know. I'm going to start a live project team in about a week's time on Java. Whoever is interested, let me know. I'll put you through it. If you are a student, like not an adult, and are showing some enthusiasm, I don't want you to pay. Okay. If you're under 20, 21 also is fine, and have the enthusiasm, I don't want you to pay for it. You can join for sure. Okay, team, I think that's good then. All the best. Please make sure you could go through all these, and especially the videos. Go with the flow. The flow will teach you very nicely one after the other. And I'll share the code in Google Drive and put it to you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend. I'll interact with you in a week's time again. Bye all. Bye. Thank you so much. Bye.